James was a good kid. He went to school. He loved his mama. He dreamed of being a basketball star, but the streets were hungry. They whispered promises of easy money and fast respect. James, blinded by the allure, took the bait. He started small, petty theft, nothing major. He told himself it was harmless, just surviving. But deep down, a seed of unease was planted. His reflection in the mirror seemed distant, a stranger staring back. The thrill was intoxicating. The city lights, the adrenaline rush, it all felt like a dream. The first time James held a wad of stolen cash, he felt powerful, invincible. It was as if he had finally found a way to control his destiny. He bought new shoes, treated his friends, life was good. For a moment, he felt like he was on top of the world, untouchable. But the good times were fleeting. Guilt gnawed at him. The nights grew longer, and the weight of his actions began to press down on him. His mother's worried face haunted his dreams. Her silent disapproval was a constant reminder of the path he had chosen. He knew it was wrong, but the streets had a hold of him. The allure of easy money was hard to resist. He justified his actions, blaming poverty, lack of opportunity. He told himself he had no other choice, that the world had forced his hand, anything but his own choices. He avoided looking in the mirror, afraid of the person staring back at him. The streets, however, didn't care about justifications. They only demanded more, and James was running out of time. Warnings came in whispers and shouts. His mother's tearful pleas, her voice cracking with desperation, echoed through the house. She begged him to change his ways, to see the path he was heading down. But James was deaf to her cries. A teacher's disappointed shake of the head, a silent testament to wasted potential. The teacher had seen many like him, students who could have been so much more. She tried to reach out, but her words fell on deaf ears. Even a close call with the police wasn't enough to deter him. The flashing lights, the stern warnings, the cold handcuffs, they were all just part of the background noise in his chaotic life. James was in too deep. The streets had a hold on him, a grip that tightened with every passing day. He often found himself lost in thought, wondering how he got here, but never finding the strength to change. The streets had become his world, his moral compass shattered. The once familiar paths of his neighborhood now seemed like a labyrinth of bad choices and lost opportunities. He surrounded himself with others who had succumbed to the same darkness, their laughter a hollow echo of the life he left behind. The crimes escalated. Shoplifting turned to robbery. The thrill of the crime was intoxicating, but it came with a price. Small-time deals became dangerous heists. The stakes were higher, the risks greater. Each job brought a new level of danger, but also a new level of excitement. Fear was a constant companion, but it was a small price to pay for the illusion of power. Every shadow seemed to hide a threat, every sound a potential danger. Yet in the midst of it all, James felt a twisted sense of control, a fleeting feeling of invincibility. The inevitable finally happened. The night was thick with tension, a sense of foreboding hanging in the air. A late-night robbery went wrong. Sirens pierced the darkness, their wails echoing through the empty streets. The city was alive with chaos. James ran, his heart pounding in his chest, but there was nowhere to hide. Every shadow seemed to reach out, every corner a potential trap. The cold steel of the handcuffs felt like a brand searing into his skin. The weight of his choices bore down on him. His dreams of basketball stardom shattered like broken glass. Each fragment a reminder of what could have been, of a future now lost. In the cold, sterile confines of a jail cell, reality hit him with the force of a runaway train. The streets had lied. Crime didn't pay. It destroyed. It imprisoned. The walls seemed to close in, suffocating him with regret. As he sat there staring at the concrete walls, James finally understood the price of his rebellion. It was a lesson learned too late. A bitter pill to swallow. It was a price higher than he could ever have imagined. The cost of his actions weighed heavily on his shoulders, a burden he would carry for the rest of his life.